We're about to discuss maybe the most boring, important topic in the garden, mulch. I know, I too would rather be buying a rare conifer, or Japanese maple, or a really exciting new vegetable or fruit crop for the upcoming year, but we're definitely going to end up with more mulch than we will any of those plants, and it's ultra important to a good, healthy garden. Now, if you need a lot of it, like I did, I needed almost 200 cubic yards over the course of the year, that price can add up in a hurry. The cheapest price I found was $14 a cubic yard, so you see where I'm going with this. Even if you just need 5 cubic yards, the cost can add up in a hurry. So what's the solution to all that? Well, we're about to enter into a family feud of the botanical world, similar to the Hatfields and the McCoys, when it comes to talking about fresh wood chips, which are definitely going to be a great solution for us, low cost and environmentally friendly, and there's a lot of it floating around too. So why is this such a hotly debated topic within the botanical world? Quick story on it. The other day I'm calling up different tree services to try to see if they have any fresh wood chips to drop off at my property. I talked to one arborist who goes on to tell me that all of my plants will be killed if I use fresh wood chips. Why? Well, there's a theory that's been out there, and more so now accurately called maybe a myth, that fresh wood chips will rob all the nitrogen out of your soil, your plant's growth will be inhibited, and it'll just be an ugly mess at the end of the day, and he didn't want to have to take responsibility for that. Understood and well-intended advice, but not necessarily accurate. Thanks to people like Dr. Linda Scott up in Washington State who have done great papers on this, which you should see somewhere right below me on my blog, we know that the only place at all where wood chips have any nitrogen robbing ability is right at the soil level at the top, right where the wood chips sit on top of it. Well, most plants obviously have roots that are much deeper into the soil, so that's not a problem at all. The only time this would ever be an issue whatsoever is with perennials and annuals and vegetables that have a shallower root system, but these are heavier feeding plants anyways that need more nitrogen. So ultimately, we're going to give them some kind of fertilization in the form of composted manure, fish emulsion, something else that has a high nitrogen level to it to begin with. And by the way, the pile that I'm sitting on is $14 a cubic yard mulch. The other pile we just saw, $0 a cubic yard. I can't tell much of a difference, and I don't think the plants can either. So if you've never gardened before, you're a new gardener, you're probably wondering, why is this dude rambling about mulch on my computer? Well, mulch is really one of the most essential things in your garden. It's sort of like if you went out with no clothes on, and in most cases that would probably be a bad thing. Not all cases, but most. So a garden has to have some form of mulch. If it's not wood chips or pine straw or wheat straw or leaf litter or whatever it may be, you need something to help with moisture retention, weed suppression, and also trying to help increase beneficial microorganisms and earthworms and all that good stuff that can happen within your soil. Now, the problem is when you have to do larger areas like I mentioned and you're spending a ton of money on this, it can add up quickly. So the bottom line with fresh wood chips is this. A lot of the myths that are out there just aren't true, and those papers that you can see below me are there for you to look into in-depthly, great information there. The other thing you should do, call up local tree services in your area. Typically, they have to actually pay a landfill to dump their wood chips. So they'll be more than happy to do you a favor, and they'll do you a favor by dumping them off. It can be a win-win proposition for everybody. Ultimately, you'll save money, have a healthier garden. It's all good stuff.